everybody. I know
Aloha.
we got some, aloha, mahalo, right?
Mahalo means thank you. Thank you for inviting me.
Thank
Mahalo
you
means
for being here tonight, and thank all the subscribers for being here tonight. And I'm glad that we actually have is Kristen here, who knew you, and
Christine Louise. Yes.
yes, Christine Louise. And so, yes, I've been actually, you and I have talked we've probably first 3 months, 2 months, something like that. And we just
Yeah.
had to coordinate our timing. And so there's never the
Wow. There
wrong
was
time.
lots of adventures to be had,
It
right?
was. Yeah, absolutely. And that happens, especially in the summertime, I think. But
Oh,
I'm so glad you're here, and thank you for coming and being with us here tonight. And I think everybody's excited to get to know you a little bit. So that's awesome. So, yes, I
so
think
I
I
have a
wrote in. Go ahead.
question here. When
Okay.
I saw that you had labeled me psychic medium, I was like, huh.
You're
I
not.
don't think I've ever claimed that name for myself. So it's interesting that you had,
Oh,
because recently I've been doing a lot more of that mediumship channeling kind of stuff. So it's
okay.
kind of like, huh.
So is my intuition getting better? Maybe.
Maybe, I don't know. Because it's funny because
Never
I
been
don't know,
called
I've
that.
always
Okay.
thought of myself as like witch, shaman, acupuncturist,
Okay.
that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But but I guess that label would work.
You know, I think sometimes with that law of attraction stuff that we bring to us what we believe that we are. And I don't know why I picked that up. And I thought that's what it was for some reason. And I went over and looked at your channel and everything. But
Yeah.
yeah, so good for
Well, that's
you.
the thing. My channel is just Jonathan Dailey because it's
That's
just
it.
like I've
That's
never
right.
claimed any title. It's just
Never
been
claim titles. Well,
so,
you know what I love about that, Jonathan? You don't have a big ego. And that's perfect because that's what spiritual people should be like. So that's awesome. That's great.
yeah.
I didn't start out as anything but a sort of a an interviewer, I guess is the best word. I've been spiritual my whole life, but I didn't have any particular calling to myself. And as time has developed, things have opened up a little bit more and more. So now we've just added on this for you.
Yeah, I mean, let's
Yeah.
see what other titles have been applied to me. Well, acupuncturist. I mean, I was a licensed acupuncturist, trying to get that license back. Um,
Uh-huh.
I graduated with a degree in anthropology, so I've had that title.
Okay. Wonderful. Yeah.
I'm an artist. I've had showing like my art shown, so there's
Yeah.
that.
Okay. What kind of art is it that you do? Paint or?
um, oh, I've done almost everything there is under the
Did
sun
you
as
do
far
your
as art.
jewelry? Did you do your
So yes,
jewelry?
this particular necklace right here
Yeah.
is a wearable
Gorgeous.
crystal grid that I made. Um, here, let me.
That is gorgeous. That is
So
just
that's one of the
gorgeous.
things I've been doing lately is I
Okay.
do wearable crystal grids for anyone who's interested.
Okay.
I'm also a crystal skull keeper, so I often put
Okay.
skulls on my wearable crystal grids, but
Yeah.
I've had
But you
enough
don't have to if somebody
other
wants one.
things that
Yeah.
I have things that are not skulls. If you really
Okay.
just can't
Yep.
do skulls, but I always
That's
find
good.
these are really good as like a vessel for guardians and
Sure. Sure.
eyes and stuff.
From a distance, it looked like a conch shell. Like, but once you
Yeah,
bring it up
no,
front, I
that's
can see
actually what I got here is a little piece of the
what's
conch.
there. Okay. Good. Yeah. Because you are in Hawaii. For those of you who don't know.
This
Yeah.
conch shell I got in Belize when we were there over the summer.
Okay.
Part of my adventures.
That's
So
awesome. Did you do any deep sea diving when you were there?
we didn't do
And
deep sea diving, but we did get to snorkel on the Great
snorkel.
Barrier Reef there. Um,
Great.
and then for me, having studied like being my degree is anthropology. It was supposed to be history anthropology double major, but we won't get
Hmm.
into that.
It's interesting, though. It is interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, well, and I mean, and I got to take some pretty cool classes because I was in those two subjects. Like, this 1 year just as an experiment, and I would just happen to be taking the class that year, so it lined up perfectly. Was instead of taking a regular chemistry class, I got to take an alchemy class, and that counted as my chemistry class.
Okay, there you go. Wow, that's a good one. Really?
Yeah.
Did you transmute any of the of
Well,
the?
it's interesting because a lot of it was more about the history
Okay.
and
Yep.
the fact
Yep.
that a lot of historical books are just look like picture books,
Right.
because every step along the way was designed as a picture.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Wow.
And there's a lot of alchemy symbology and everything in the tarot as well. So
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
yeah,
Yep.
so
Yep.
it really deepened my knowledge of the tarot as well as just getting
Sure.
to.
Sure.
Yeah.
Tony said she would have preferred alchemy to biochemistry too.
Well, it's funny. Later, when I was going to go into school for acupuncture. I went to a junior college and had to take some science classes that were prereqs. I hadn't taken like actual chemistry.
Yeah.
I took
Yeah.
chemistry and biochem, and turned out I was actually pretty good at it, and I was kind of shocked because I always thought I was going to hate it.
Well, were you older at that point? Older and go, yeah. I really think it makes a big difference when you go back to school at an older
Well, yeah,
age.
I had already graduated with my
Yeah.
bachelor's. I was just
Yeah.
getting some prereqs to get into my master's
Right.
degree. So,
Yep.
yeah.
Yep. Absolutely. That's what happened to me. I never considered myself to be a very good student, but when I went back and got into what I do now, it was
Mhm.
amazing. And I just thought, well, that's the only reason I wasn't doing the right thing. It wasn't the
Right.
right thing for me at that time. So
Well, and that's
tell
just
us,
for me. Things just seem to like fall into place.
that's
Like
awesome.
at the
Boy.
same school, I got to take. I think they just called it the Japanese tea ceremony, but I got to say Japanese. Like it was like a whole semester of chado, which is the Japanese tea ceremony, basically the art
Oh,
of tea.
wow. Yeah.
And we even
Oh,
had like
beautiful.
this woman who was a master of this school of tea that we were studying, flew out from
Uh-huh.
Japan. Didn't really speak any English, but like I stayed after every class to like get as much from her
Good
as
for
I
you. Yeah.
could. And
Yeah.
she loved it so much she had the teacher have me be the guest of honor because our final was doing a full chaji, like the full ceremony, which is like an all
Wow.
day adventure, right?
Uh-huh. I heard it's beautiful. I heard that it's
It's an
absolutely
amazing
stunning.
experience
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
And then
Uh-huh.
that thick tea, you're just sitting there with the bowl waiting for it to ooze towards you, and you're like, how long
Yeah.
is this going to take? Everyone's staring
Yeah.
at me.
Uh-huh. But it is
It
like a
was fun. It
Zen
was
sort of thing. Yeah, it's a Zen. It's
Mhm.
working with, that's really cool.
Well, I
So
mean,
yes.
that was the thing about that class is like every little thing mattered, like how
Uh-huh.
you stepped, how you placed your feet, like
Wow.
everything, how you sat
Uh-huh.
down, how you folded
Yep.
your napkin, like everything was a ritual.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
And ritual can be so beautiful. I mean, that's wonderful. I'd love to just go to one, just, be a
Yeah.
participant in one of
You
those.
should look
That's
around. I know that they have them occasionally in places. So
okay. You think they might
hi,
have them in
Maui
Portland?
Moon.
Yeah.
Aloha.
Yes, Maui Moon is here. I want to say hello to some of the folks that are here. And then we're going to talk a little bit about Jonathan's journey and what he does. And also the fact that he has his own channel, of course. And then we'll do a few readings, mini readings for you before we sign off here tonight. But I'm so happy to have him. We've been working on it for a while, and we got it going. So I'm real happy about
Yeah.
that. So hi, Starlight Tarot and
Was it
Marsha and
fourth
Craig.
time charm?
Yeah,
Fifth time?
yeah. The timing, that's right. Kristen, we said Kristen Louise, Kiba, Janet P. Thank you, Craig, and who else is here? Oh, Rhett. Thank you, Rhett. Thank you for the donation. That was very nice. MJ420, Sherry, and Marsha. And wow, got a lot of folk here. Very nice.
Aloha, everybody.
Aloha to all. Tony's grandmother did a master's in medical archaeology at 56. That's really
Oh,
cool.
nice.
I
That's
know.
amazing.
It is amazing. Hi, Lisa. Sherry Dombeck. The Greener Seed. It's nice to see you. Okay. I'm going to click on your Maui Moon. I'm going to click on your question. We'll get back to it. Okay. All right. So, yeah. So when did you figure out that you were even interested in any of this, Jonathan?
I
You were just a
don't
little
know.
guy?
I don't know anything else at this point.
Okay.
It's just
Okay.
been
So you
part of my
grew up
life.
with it? You grew up?
Yeah.
Was your mom? Yeah.
Like my mom always taught me to listen to my dreams.
Good.
And, just because I can't see it, it's part of the invisible world doesn't mean it's not real.
Right. Right.
Right. And taught me about the invisible world. And, so.
Wow.
Yeah, when I was 13, my aunt gave me my first deck of tarot, and it was the one JJ Swiss, which was I was just like, what am I supposed to do with this?
I know. Yes.
Right?
I understand. Yeah. Yeah.
But then that summer, I ended up going to summer camp where this guy offered a class. So the way that the summer camp was set up, you had a major, which was like the thing you did like 5 days a week. And then that was like your morning thing. And then you had minors, which were either Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or Tuesday, Thursday. Sometimes it was just 1 day a week that you had it. This one was, I think it was a Monday, Wednesday, Friday class. But he taught us, like, that's where I got introduced to the RWS. He taught us about runes. He taught us about pendulums, energy work, crystals. He did a past life regression for us as a group.
Wow.
I can't even, like, he taught about dowsing rods. Like, if the label New Age would be slapped on it, he taught us about it, basically.
Okay. Yeah. Kind of under the big umbrella, huh?
Right. So it was like a summer-long, amazing, like, intensive, so to speak.
Good.
Good. So, and, like, I had already been interested in that stuff before, and then that just, like, really deepened my love for it.
Sure. Yep.
Yeah. And I spent my adolescence really, like, diving deep into, like, the witchy world.
Okay. That's cool. I like that.
And then college, I actually ended up helping to start a pagan student union. It was the Pagan Action Network, I think was what we called it, for PAN, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, that was actually the woman who started that with me. Jenna Matlin's pretty famous in the tarot world. So she has a book coming out I think November, I want to say. And I don't know, that was a fun time, but I think I dove a little too deep too quick and kind of like shut it away for a while.
Yeah.
And then what did I do after I shut it away? I went to acupuncture school. So I didn't really shut it away.
No, you didn't. You just switched it up a little bit. And acupuncture is so wonderful.
No, I can't see it. No, wait. No. Okay.
Yeah, no, acupuncture. I've had it. I did have it done several years ago, and everybody's always worried about those needles because nobody likes needles. And honestly,
so skinny.
And they don't. Never felt them. I never felt them. They didn't. They were wonderful.
They're like the width of a cat's whisker is how I describe them.
Yep.
Yeah.
Can you really get a facelift with them?
That's actually what I was doing before times, as I say. I used to do acupuncture facials here on Maui. Then they actually was having me do classes, so I did a few group past life regressions, and then I did a beginning tarot class. But that was the before times, and then things kind of soured, and I moved on.
But don't you consider yourself to be a teacher? Do you consider yourself to be a teacher? I think you are.
I guess at this point, yeah, especially after spending 2 years at home being like the unpaid teacher's aide for my kids' education. So.
Oh, sure. Sure.
right?
Yeah. You were the COVID teacher. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, and
But I
it's
mean,
interesting too because it was like I was starting to get more into teaching even
uh-huh.
before, and then
Right.
that happened. Then I was really just like stay at home parent,
Sure.
sure my
Yeah.
kid was like logging on at the right time and doing his work
Oh, yeah.
between log-ons, and
Yep.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's why my
Yeah.
license lapsed because I was so focused on the kid that I forgot to
Sure.
take
You had to do
my own
that. And
stuff. Right?
yeah, I understand completely.
Yeah.
With I think a lot of people took the people that took advantage though of the time during COVID when there was nothing else that they could do,
Mhm.
have really branched out and opened up and become more awake than
That's when I
before.
started my YouTube channel. Yeah.
Okay, I did in
And
November of that year. Yeah. Hmm. Yeah.
and then I also during that time went through the IIN health coach program. So
Hmm.
I
Hmm.
became I guess the official title is a nutritional health coach.
Cool.
Yeah.
Wow.
I did
You're
that
just
during the pandemic, and
you're just a renaissance man. I love it. Yeah. A little bit of this and a little bit of that.
a little
That's
bit of
really cool. So
everything. Yeah.
yeah, so you have to become a psychic medium now. So you got the title. You have to go with it.
Okay, I have to go.
Craig asked this question of Maui Moon, and she did answer, but she said, he said, is it true that if you take rocks from Hawaii back, it would, it's supposed to be a curse, or is that the
You're not supposed to
sand?
take lava or
Okay.
coral home.
Okay. How about the blacks? Isn't there sand too? You're not supposed
Don't
to.
take the sand because that's
Yeah.
basically ground up lava.
Lava. Okay.
Right. The
So
black
those
sand is ground up lava that's just been churned in the ocean so
turned
long that
around.
it's like
Right. Right.
granules. Right.
Uh-huh. But it's not it's disrespectful, and it's also but it isn't illegal, but it might bring bad luck. Is that the omen
Oh,
with it?
I know the post offices here constantly get packages every day, packages with people sending back either usually it's lava rock or chunks of coral that they take, and then as soon as they took them, everything starts going sour for them, and like they're
Really?
told about the curse,
Right.
they mail it back
Right.
in the hopes of lifting the curse, but you can't just
Uh-huh.
mail it back. Yeah, I think you
Yeah, I
personally have
understand.
to like bring it back
Right.
and like
It's an honor, or it's like a
right.
sacrifice
Yeah,
thing.
you can't just mail it back and expect the curse to be lifted.
Expect the curse to be lifted. Well, the only reason I would have even known about it is that way back when the Brady Bunch, that happened to the Brady Bunch.
Oh yeah, and the tiki. The
Yeah,
tikis are
the
fine
tiki.
though. I mean, there's not. That's the thing. Is tikis are okay to take home. It's the lava
Right.
rock and coral
Right.
you're not supposed to take.
Uh-huh.
And the
Uh-huh.
thing is, the coral, the way it breaks off and like is tumbled in the water, a lot. You will find so many coral hearts.
Yep.
So a
Yep.
lot of people pick
Wow.
up these coral hearts and think that they can. Yeah.
Take them with. Yeah.
Yeah.
The only thing I remember looking for was there was a beach, and I can't remember. Maybe it was on Maui, but they had a lot of sea glass there. I think it's called the Sea Glass Beach or something. And the way that it came
Tell me
in,
more.
and
I love sea glass. No,
I
there's
did
been
beautiful.
a few beaches I go to that are pretty hidden and tucked away that like I found
Uh-huh.
some amazing finds.
Yeah.
Um, I have some pretty cool glass finds. Yeah,
Do you? Yeah, I bet. That's really
I have a
cool.
huge shell collection at this point.
I bet you do. I bet you do. Yeah. Tony says you could create courses for youth like the summer camp you went to. And what you don't know, Tony, is that he has a 9-year-old, almost 9-year-old son, right? It's a
Yeah,
son,
yeah, he's
that
8
he and his
in
husband have.
December.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'm sure you get your fingers dipping into those type of things with him. But and Anne says COVID was liberating in a spiritual sense for many. I agree with
True.
that.
I
Mm.
will say that the pandemic. I don't know. I felt like I was on one path, and the pandemic was like, no, 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 no. You need to be over here.
Yeah. Yeah. I get it. I get it. And you had mentioned earlier that you had gotten COVID when you went to Belize, and
Yeah,
I
it
know
was
some
when we
from the
got
people.
back, and
Uh-huh.
I think we got it when we were traveling back. My
Yep.
husband tested positive first, and then a few days later, I tested positive. Somehow, our son never got it. I don't know how
That's
that.
awesome. That's really good. I mean, sometimes that happens. I've
Right.
seen it, but I have two very dear friends that have long-term COVID, and they're not old; they're early 50s basically, and they can't do anything. I have one that brings the garbage out to the corner to have it picked up, and she can't move for 3 days. She has to go back to bed, and it's really sad that some people are dealing with that. And
A long
I do
COVID.
know there is a lot of exhaustion and
Mm.
fatigue that hangs on there for a while. So I'm
Yeah, I
sorry
have a
you went.
little of that exhaustion for sure. Like I
Yeah.
get tired very easily, and I never
Uh-huh.
used to.
Right. Yeah. No, I think it does a number on us. It really does. So let's see. I have another comment here from the Greener Seed. We took advantage of the last 3 years of COVID to focus on academics, and now our 11-year-old and 13-year-old are taking. Oh my goodness, good for
Wow,
them.
nice.
That's
Yeah, we made
fabulous.
sure our 8-year-old was continuing in his education. Like we signed him up for extra reading classes, which really
Uh-huh.
helped spell his
Yeah.
reading. He
Yeah.
was having trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's awesome. And Anne is
Yeah.
here from New Zealand. She says to come over there and enjoy the beautiful nature. I would love to go there to
Oh
visit,
yeah.
Anne. Yeah.
That's on my bucket list for sure. New
I
Zealand.
know. I know. It's so nice.
When I see
Um,
Maui Moon says not a curse, they just want to stay here. Yeah, that's true. But it's not necessarily the curse. The item itself is cursed. It's just that
right. Right. They just want to
Dailey
stay
would
where
not be
they
very
are. Yeah.
happy with that being gone, since those are considered hers.
Absolutely. Well, I remember when I was a kid, we went through the Arizona Painted Desert and we picked up petrified wood. It's like a rock. We picked them up and brought them home, and everybody did that then. It wasn't illegal to do that. Now, of course, it really is. But what it does is it takes away from the atmosphere and the beauty of being in that place like that. So,
Right.
yeah, I agree. Earth Angel, he is answering some questions. Usually I just do a little bit of a Q&A, and then we move into the questions. So if you have a question, go ahead and put it up. I've already got about 4 questions. So yes, please put up your question and I will tag it for you.
And I just pulled out a deck and started shuffling too.
All right. So Jonathan showed me his decks. He has a lot of decks that are dragon decks. And I asked him if that was his spirit animal. That's kind of cool. Yeah.
You can kind of say that.
You can kind of tell. Yeah. Yeah. When I was taking the martial arts way back in my 30s, there were different kinds of moves you could make, and they were all from different animals. And one of them is the dragon, and the dragon was always a wide, going around in this big, circle. And so, yeah, I know.
That reminds me, I haven't done Qigong or Tai Chi in so long.
Oh, isn't it? It makes you feel so good. I just slowed down some of my forms, which is basically what Tai Chi is, but I haven't taken Qigong. And I bet that it's similar, though. Is it similar to the Tai Chi, or is it different?
So the difference, as it was explained to me when I was in acupuncture school, is that Qigong is like a series of movements, but each movement you repeat.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay.
And usually in multiples of 3.
I see. Okay.
9 to 12 times this one form, and then you move into the next form, 9 or 12 times. Whereas the Tai Chi is you're moving from form to form, flowing through. Right?
True. That's true.
Just repeating the motion, you're going through a full series of motions.
Correct.
And that's the difference.
So you can still get the muscle memory from both, because I know in my forms.
They're sister disciplines for sure.
Okay. Wow. That's really cool.
And actually, Qigong is very popular in China. Like, I went there as an acupuncture student, and every morning at I think it was like 4 or 5 a.m., there'd be all the octogenarians out there doing their Qigong and Tai Chi. Usually it was Qigong. If you asked, they'd say they were doing Qigong.
Yep. Wow. That's really awesome. And when you go by and you see all them, and they live so much longer because they're doing all that breath work and they're doing all that movement and keeping themselves in tune, or tone, I guess is the word.
Right.
It's really cool. Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
And because they know which herbs to grab, they don't deal with menopause.
That's right. Seems like we should between them and the Greeks and the way the Greeks eat and take care of themselves, we could take a strong lesson from them, couldn't we?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh. All right, so let's see what we got here. Maui Moon wonders what her life purpose is.
Oh,
Wow.
that's not a shadow question, is it?
No, that's a pretty heavy duty question. So what we could do is we'll do a reading and see what comes up, but really, it's you that would discern that the best, Maui Moon. You are the one that has that answer.
It's your choice.
Yeah,
That's the thing. Is like your life purpose doesn't stay the same your whole life.
that's
You
true.
have one for a while, and then it veers off to another. I might come back, or might veer off to a third thing. Who knows?
It could, but for me, my life purpose has always been to teach. And even when I did all kinds of things, it was always that teaching element that was in them and still is in them. And so, it's just the way you look at it, the way that you say to yourself, okay, I'm doing the same thing. It's just I'm doing it in a different way. So, yeah, but I agree with you. We can change where our direction will go depending on, or build on like you did.
And often we'll find that path ends up being a spiral where we keep coming back to the same thing, seeing it in a new light.
That's right. That's perfect. Yeah.
So I pulled several cards. I always look at the bottom of the deck as the fourth card.
Yep. Okay.
Yep. So I'm using this Universal Dragon Oracle by Carla Morrow.
Uh-huh.
So each one is just basically a keyword, and then the rest is just me.
Okay.
I'll show you the cards, and then I will
explain. Okay.
We have growth, followed by rest, followed by flow.
Wow. That's great. I like that.
And the fourth one, like I say, is I always look at the bottom of the deck. This is the shadow card. This is the energy that underlies the whole thing. This is what's underlying the question itself. What is your life's purpose? Speak your dreams.
Oh, wow. Right. That's so awesome. Yeah, absolutely.
So, Maui Moon, this is saying that your life purpose here is growth, right? To grow as a person, to grow as a spirit, to grow as a spiritual being. There's growth, there's rest. There's growth, there's rest, and then there's the flow in between. Okay? The most important thing is not to forget to speak your dreams. Okay? Speak your dreams. And the rest is just growth, rest, and flow. Okay?
Yeah. And that's exactly what happens if you're on the right path. You just flow. You shouldn't have to push anything.
Push.
Yep. Absolutely not.
The growth, the rest, and the flow. Yeah.
It's perfect. Yeah. I love that.
Grow in a way that lets you grow, but not pushing you so hard you can't rest. Okay.
That's right.
That's very important. That's something not just for you, that's for everybody.
Right.
We all push ourselves way too much.
We do. We do.
Enough. Right.
Yep. Absolutely.
It's that flow, and I can't help but notice that both of these have that giant pearl there.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Yeah. And pearls of wisdom. So there you go.
Pearls of wisdom come not necessarily with the growth. The growth comes from the pearls of wisdom.
Correct.
Pearls of wisdom come from giving yourself time to integrate. That's the rest. Right?
Yeah.
But also listening to your guides, listening to your intuition in order to flow in the right way.
Correct.
That leads you to be able to speak your dreams.
If you end up pushing something and it doesn't work for you, it's only because you work too hard at pushing for what, there's that law of attraction thing going on where people feel
Right.
like they have to really do it. But most of the time, if you just sit back and let things flow, that's when they work the best. So thank you for being here, Tony. You take care. So I pulled a card. This is they're called the energy cards. And this one is animal totems. And I have animal energy and powers. So I don't know. I would think that might mean that you might have a possibility of being able to communicate with animals if you want to, if that's something that may be good for you. But I can already see that you're uncertain because look at all the confusion and uncertain, many choices. And I went through that. I went through it for years. Too. Yeah.
A lot of interest, not sure which direction to go, right when you pull that out.
Right when I pull it. This reminds me sort of the Wizard of Oz. Remember when they came to the crossroads and they didn't know where to go, so they followed the yellow brick road. So, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But you know what, Maui Moon? You will do well if you can find some kinship or some community. Indeed. Find a group of people that that you resonate with, that resonate with you, that you can learn from each other and grow from each other. And my advice would always be to take the time to rest and to flow. And I absolutely love the cards that Jonathan pulled. That's awesome.
Well, and that I have a lot of interest. I'm not sure which direction to go. Why do you have to limit it?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
You get to choose where your time is spent.
That's right.
Pursue your interests. If something that you're interested in turns into something that you're not interested in, replace
you found out anyway.
You are interested in again, right?
Yep.
That's
absolutely.
How you flow. That's the flow right there.
There it is. Yep, absolutely. There's a woman I believe she's on the Big Island, and she has a Lalani farm, and she takes in a lot of animals that have been injured and stuff. And that is what she does. Mm-hmm. And I don't think she planned on that, but that's sort of her spiritual calling. And I think that when the teacher is ready, when the student is ready, the teacher appears, and vice versa. So I wish you well, Maui Moon. Thank you for your question. Yep. Do a little bit of this and a little bit of that. There you go. All right. Oh boy. You know what, Greener Seed? It's going to be a little harder for us to understand.
Yeah, I'm not really I don't really do third-party questions like that.
It's really hard to discern what somebody else's, unless it's the person that's asking the question. The only thing I can say is, for the second part of your question, what you can do.
That part. What can you do to help your son and daughter pursue their life purpose? I will answer that, no problem.
Yep.
But what their life purpose is, that's up to them.
That's going to be up to them. But mostly, I would say support anything they decide that they want to do. Whether it be, somebody that wants to be a trash collector or, or an art dealer or whatever they want. And I think it's funny. I'm a professor. I teach English, and I have a lot of people say they want their kids to go right into college right after high school. And the kids aren't ready to do that, some of them. And I said, don't push them in. Don't push them in. Support them. They'll figure it out. And that's what my son did. He ended up coming after a year and saying, oh, my God, I've been pumping gas for a year. I want to go back to school, but I didn't push him. He figured it out himself. So that's a big service you can give to your children. But let's see what we can come up with, what other things we can come up with for you.
Aloha, Indigo Jaguar Intuitive Arts.
Oh, hi. Yes, it's nice to see you, Indigo. Yeah. And hi, Pierrette. You support her and allow her to make her own mistakes. Yep, that's a great one. Yep. Mary let her daughter you. Yep. Always learning, always growing. Good for you, Maui Moon. Thanks for sharing with us. And Heather, it's so good to see you. Glad you're here.
Oh, these cards here. So I have to say, I just got this deck for my birthday.
Okay. Which was last week.
I only read with them for the first time on Tuesday.
Okay.
But I pulled them out because I wanted to read them. They speak to me so loudly, it's crazy.
Uh-huh. That's cool. That's awesome.
The greener seed. So I'm going to show you the first three because I feel like the three of them together need to be seen together.
Mm-hmm.
That is truth and wisdom with balance in between.
Oh, awesome. Beautiful.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Wow.
make sure that,
Mm-hmm.
there's a saying that I said at a gathering once that was spoken through me by spirit that I still feel like needs to be said in this moment. And that
Mm-hmm.
is, don't forget to keep your wisdom and innocence balanced. And that's
Mm-hmm.
true for your son and daughter. Okay.
Yep.
Yes, it's good to make sure that they're wise in what they do and they pursue the truth. But at the
Mm-hmm.
same time, let them enjoy their innocence. Right.
Absolutely. Yep.
And what is the bottom? Independence.
Oh, yep. They have to learn how to fall and how to get back up again. They absolutely do.
They
Just
have to
like we
find
do.
that own inner balance between truth
That's
and
right.
wisdom.
That's right. Yep. Wow, beautiful. That's perfect, Jonathan. So I got the first one I got is headphones. Cut out the distractions that would hold you. And it says here, you have a need, you need to listen to them. So if you're listening to them, you're hearing what it is that they want to do. You can encourage them. You can, see what you can do to show them the way that they can find their purpose and their power. And also have them be health conscious. It never hurts to be health conscious. It never hurts to
Yes,
eat
very
right
true.
and take care of self-care. And the other thing is, and this always throws people because it's a rosary and, unless you're Catholic, but it's really the spiritual path. And the most important is the last two words, which are morality and ethics. That's important in everyone's life. And I don't think it's really expressed enough that we really need to be ethical people, and we really need to have our values and hold our values and learn how to grow from that. So, yeah, I just it's a no-brainer, isn't it? You probably already knew all those things, Greener Seed, but thank you.
Yeah, I think you're already doing the best you can do. And
I think so.
yeah.
Just the fact you're asking means that you care
Mhm.
and you'd like to be able to facilitate their growth. And so, yeah, that's awesome. So somebody wanted to ask you a question here, and I'm bringing it back. Earth Angel wonders if you have any pets.
Yes. So my husband happens to be a veterinarian.
For heaven's sakes. Okay.
So we have 3 pets that came to us. Not one of them was chosen at this point. We had
Okay.
others in the past that were chosen pets. But at
Sure.
this point, we've got 3 that were unchosen, or they chose us, I should
They
say.
chose you. Yeah. Yeah.
So the first one we got was a little kitten who's not so little anymore. Her name's Kiana, which is the Hawaiian word for Diana.
Okay.
And then one of our neighbors here on our block in Maui texted one day, and one of her friends got evicted and couldn't find a place that would let her keep her dog, so had called my
Okay.
neighbor in tears on the way to the animal shelter. And my
Oh,
neighbor's like, "No, you're not doing that. You're going to foster your baby with my neighbor, me."
there you
And
go.
yeah, well, that was
Okay.
a year ago. We still have her.
You
Um,
still have it. Okay.
yeah, she's a sweetheart. She's as far as I can tell, she's got like Jack Russell and Dachshund in her, but
Oh,
I'm
so
not.
she's small. She's a
Yeah,
small baby. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
Wow.
like about
Okay.
20, well, just under 20 pounds, like
20
19.
pounds. Yeah. Uh-huh. That's
And then
awesome.
recently, the last couple months, just over the summer, really, um, my husband ended up adopting one of his patients, who's I'm pretty sure he's mostly Siamese, if not 100% Siamese.
Hmm.
And so the poor baby had been run over,
Oh.
and he's blind. He's missing an eye.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, he actually did a full recovery. And other than being blind, he's just a normal cat. So, and he's a sweetheart. So.
Well, Well, Lisa Foster's in the chat, and she's a friend of mine on Facebook. And every day I see all her kitty cats in there and other animals. Yeah, she's a poor baby. She does a lot of fostering herself. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, when we first got him, he had like a feeding tube in his neck, and
Oh,
it was like we didn't even know he was going to survive because his
yeah.
head.
I hear you. I've been back east for a month, and my husband let my dog out one morning, and an eagle, and she was able to get away. But honest to God, it was just unbelievable. I didn't know if she was going to live for a while there, but I guess she was too heavy to be picked up. So she's doing fine now, but boy, it's scary stuff, I'm glad your kitty cat's doing better. That's great.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Of course, our first cat was not pleased with the fact that we brought in this random.
Oh, of course not. Of course not. But they'll get used to it. They'll get used to it.
I'm very glad your dog got away because.
Yeah, thank you. It was pretty scary.
Lost 2 cats to owls.
God.
Yeah.
It's so quick. Everything's quick. We didn't even see if it was an eagle. Yeah.
You just hear a swoop. And
yep.
And if it's an owl, you don't hear anything. Just,
oh yeah, I know.
They're gone.
Yep, for sure. Especially if they have babies to feed, unfortunately. But yeah, thank you. So Starlight Tarot wonders if you have any messages from her spirit guides. All right. Thank you for everybody for your questions.
For me today, so we'll stick with that. I don't know. I have like all these other decks, but this deck just wants to be used. So
that's fine. You know it, and that's what it's telling you. Yep.
Wow. Okay. I'm just wowing because the coloration and the backdrop. Okay, so we have goals, acceptance, and creation. Look at those 3 together.
It looks like a mural, doesn't it? Yeah. Oh, they're beautiful. Wow. Very nice.
So, and that's definitely spirit realm. I mean, look at all those stars there. And then the 4th one, of course. Hibernation.
Oh, that's right.
Hibernation.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So looking at these 4 together and seeing that hibernation is the shadow card, the thing that underlies everything. Your spirit guides want you to rest. We're going into hibernation period, right? Winter is the time for hibernation, right?
Yeah.
It's time to work on your goals, accept the ones that you can't reach at this point. I don't know why I'm saying that, but they want you to understand that there's other ones, right? Once you accept that there's ones you can't reach, other ones will appear, right, in their place. So it's all about acceptance, right? Acceptance of the fact that sometimes there is that dark night of the soul. You see that dark.
Oh, there is. Yeah.
Through all the stars, right? So sometimes the best thing to do is just hibernate, rest, let go of the things you need to let go of that are no longer serving you, that you're striving for, but in that striving, you're almost injuring yourself. That's what I'm getting. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so, it's like that thing with pushing or letting it flow. Same thing. Yeah. Heather likes the cards. Will you tell them afterwards? Okay.
Yeah.
Ooh. Okay. Creation.
So creation, the guides are saying, yes, there's these goals that you might not be able to reach, but that doesn't interfere with your creation of your life.
Yep.
Okay? Your life can still be as fulfilling and as wonderful as you want it to be, even if there's certain goals you can't reach.
Right. Yep.
Don't let those little things. Sometimes a no is the biggest blessing you can get.
That's true. That's very true. It's like me missing I wasn't able to go on my flight last Sunday. And I just said to myself, well, there's a reason. And I don't need to figure it out. I just know that the universe was telling me I had to wait. So, yep.
That's why acceptance is in the middle. Right?
Acceptance is so important. And it's hard for us because we think we have, what is it? We make plans and God laughs. I think that,
Right.
Or
the other one, I think it was John Lennon said, life's what happens when you're busy planning.
Yep. Making other plans. Yep. Absolutely. Yep. I think Heather wants to know. I don't know for sure if she does. She likes your cards, and what can you tell them again what the name of the deck is?
Of course.
Okay.
So this is the Universal
Universal
Dragon Oracle by Carla Morrow.
There you go.
The reason why I got this is because there's another. I don't know if I have it handy. I don't think I do. But there's another one, another deck called the Dragon Oracle. I think it's just called the Dragon Oracle by Diana Cooper. I don't know if you know that one.
Yes.
Dragons are very ethereal and angelic and celestial
and mythical,
and galactic, and right.
Yeah.
And I really do like that deck. I even have the matching book to go with it and everything. But then this is the same artist.
Okay.
I found out that artist had put out her own deck.
Oh.
I immediately wanted to snatch it up because as much as I love the Diana Cooper deck, there's times where I pull a card and it just like the image and the words
doesn't match. Yeah.
There's a disconnect there.
I understand. Yep, I do.
And for her to make her own deck, it really, I don't know. I feel like it's way more powerful oracle, one that I'll probably hold on to and use for probably the rest of my life at this point because it's just
that's cool. That's really cool.
Yeah, it reads so well for me, and being someone who's obsessed with dragons, it's just
Well, and Heather is an artist herself, so she loves art and the different ways that the decks look. So what I got for you, Starlight? Oh, creation! There you go.
Okay.
Yeah. Starlight says, I'd like to think that there's something I should be doing. The only thing you really have to do is let go. Let go of anything that you feel you have to do, and do those things that you want to do or you feel drawn to do, and that will be absolutely right. So here, beneath
things in life you have to do.
You have to. Yeah, you do. This one here, beneath the surface, and it's the good old iceberg, and underneath are hidden truths. So there's something unknown to you right now, but that doesn't mean it will always be unknown. You're going to plumb those depths when the time is right. And I would look into the Ascended Masters. I don't know if you're familiar with them at all, but they are wonderful. It says here they're devoted with specific intentions. So if you want, you could look up, if you want a master to work with you with specific intention, and this could even be somebody like Mother Mary, or it could be
you can ask Ascended Masters to come in as spirit guides.
As spirit guides, yeah, absolutely, for specific intention. Michael, any of the angels, or you could even ask for there's all kinds of masters. Blue violet, the violet flame, Saint Germain, different people. Yep. So just look. It says to look forward. Take your conscious steps, but look forward, and but don't run. You only have to walk. You have to take the conscious steps. Is all you have to do. You just have to be aware, and you can work with it that way. And that's for anybody that's wondering where they need to be. So, yeah, that's awesome. Thank you, Starlight. Thank you so much.
Well, and what you said triggered this for me too.
Okay.
The hibernation isn't just hibernating, right? They're in the depths of the ocean, deep down, where there's like
deep down the emotions,
fossils, right?
Yes.
And they're waiting for you is that pearl of wisdom.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
So sometimes you need to rest in order for the ideas.
Correct. Yep.
Goals, right? In order for new goals to bubble up.
That's right. There's something, the Titanic hit an iceberg because all they saw was what was up on top. They didn't take a look at anything below. And so sometimes we have to work with that. We have to work with our shadow, or we have to work with other things that we have. So thank you very much. Yeah.
This was all shadow too.
It was shadow. You're right. So Viviani, any advice from Spirit? All right. I'm getting the feeling that it's going to be another dragon pull because I think those cards are fabulous.
I literally brought like probably 10 cards, 10 decks.
Good.
Like,
Yeah,
I can't pull, like, this
I
is
know.
a stronghold on me.
I get it completely. I do. I understand. Yeah. Yeah.
Have you gotten any new tarot decks lately?
I have probably, I don't know, 300 or 400 of them. I have so many, but mostly oracles because I like the oracles better. But I only brought with me about 10 decks, and I've been just working with these 10 decks, and I'm ready to go home and start working with a few others. So, but yes, I love them. Yeah. Yes. And you know where else I look is at Kickstarter, because they have a lot of people that are looking for funding, and some of those are beautiful that nobody even knows about. So,
I love Kickstarter. I'm a super backer on Kickstarter. So
I understand. Me too. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I recently, well, not recently, but this was a Kickstarter deck I got recently.
Oh, what is it? The Whispering Path? Or
No,
what
the
is
Unfolding Path.
Oh, the Unfolding. Ooh, that's nice. Is it all in black and sort of silver?
No.
The pictures? No. Okay. I didn't know. You know how sometimes they do that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's color. It's
Ooh.
Death card, of course, is the first one out.
Uh-huh. Oh, they're beautiful. Oh, very nice.
Cool. Yeah.
Okay.
I love this deck.
It's beautiful. Yeah.
Look at this High Priestess.
Very nice.
It's
Yeah.
a gorgeous deck.
It is. It's beautiful. It's lovely. That's the beauty too is
screaming at me.
Well, you know, the beauty too is that they resonate with different decks resonate with us that are different people. And so we get a full talking to by the deck we use. Yeah.
Dragons have a lot.
Yeah. I know.
The dragons start talking, they're not gonna.
I'm getting that idea. I need to check into that. All right.
Spirit from Vivian.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, interesting.
Mm-hmm. Ooh.
We're both like, ooh, ah.
Yeah. So, Viviani, I'm going to tell you that I've got creation first. There's something you're creating. There's something new, some soul expression. But what really threw me was it looks like you're going to be traveling or changing location. I don't know. You're on a journey. It could be a metaphoric journey. It could be a journey to create something new for yourself. But I'm just going to put it out there. I don't know if you're going to travel or not, but you're going to be a teacher and you're going to be learning a new path, or you're going to find a teacher, one or the other. But I like these cards. These look pretty good, Viviani. Wow. All right. What you got, John?
I got Awakening.
Oh, is that gorgeous? Wow. Huh.
Service. And Boundaries.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I'm seeing that you're going through a major spiritual awakening right now. Spirit's like, don't worry, this is okay.
Get you back. Yep.
Blowing open it's part of the whole situation, right?
Right.
You're feeling a calling to service, but Spirit really wants you to remember boundaries, okay?
Okay.
I'm just feeling like these two are connected, the service and boundaries.
Mm-hmm. Is that first card you pulled, does that look like chakra colors too?
They're totally chakra.
They are chakra colors. Okay. Yeah. I thought I saw, yeah. Mm-hmm. Alignment, right?
There's 7, yeah. And they're all in the right spot as if that was a person, that beam of yellow.
Right. Yeah.
Being stretched out in part of the tree, right? You're awakening. Right?
Yeah. It's awesome.
And then the 4th card I got, Meditation.
Wow.
right?
Yep.
So and if you notice that moon in the background of meditation, the moon in the background of awakening, crescent
Mm-hmm.
moon, right?
Mm.
Similar. So the only thing that you need to know right now is you are going through a spiritual awakening.
Uh-huh.
Spirit wants you to meditate. Meditation is how Spirit speaks to us the loudest.
That's right.
Yep.
Wow.
So, something about service, though. This awakening is bringing you something that you're supposed to share.
Share it with others.
Share
Maybe
with
that's what the teacher one. When I saw the teacher card, it's either you're teaching or someone's teaching you, and then you'll share. Yeah.
right.
Wow. That's
But
awesome.
don't forget your boundaries.
Yeah, we all need that.
Right? Oh my God.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we really do. In my generation, I don't think anybody ever heard of that word or thought about that. And I'm glad that it's finally becoming what it is today. So thank you, Viviani. Appreciate it, sweetie. Sherry, I have two questions from you. I'm going to take one. We can ask for ancestors or guides. We really probably can't tell you the names of your guides. Those are something that they will pretty much, guides have always been sort of known to say, whatever you want us to be called. I've heard that so many
Well,
times.
and I know a medium who says that when she asked her guides what their names were, the answer was to name us is to limit us.
Yeah, yeah. So we're just going to skip over that part, and just to know that a lot of people never know, and depending on the guide, and some people find out through meditation or other ways, but it doesn't matter what their names are, because the name does, like you said, it just limits you to something, a title. It limits you to a title. Yeah. There you go. So, messages from possible guides or ancestors. All right.
That's funny.
Mm.
Oh, interesting. Interesting. Okay. So this came up again, meditation,
Uh-huh.
followed by peace and rest. So look at
Ah.
those three together
Uh-huh.
during nighttime.
Wow.
Yep.
Yeah.
Your ancestors want you to stop pushing so hard, right? I
Yeah.
feel like meditation, peace, rest kind of tie together in a way where they want you to rest more, be at peace more, find
Mm.
that peace through meditation. And then the fourth card is truth. So I feel like you push so hard to find the truth about situations that it's like, I don't know, it interferes with your peace. You'll be pushing that hard to find the truth.
Mm-hmm. We all do, Sherry. We all have to monitor that part of us, Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Wow.
So they're saying meditation, focus on peace and rest right now.
Yep.
The truth will come out when it's ready to. Right?
Mm-hmm. Very good. Hello, Melinda. So I got here that you have the higher view, and you are riding on the back of this wisdom owl, and you really do have a way of knowing and finding out your truth. But look for the higher view. Look for the intuitive view. Okay. You're part of the divine matrix. There you go. See, this is what happens. We start bouncing, psychic bouncing. This is the divine matrix. You're part of the divine matrix. But you know what? He had meditation, and I have a deep breath. And what is it? It's of the Buddha meditating. So, take a deep breath. Make sure that you think about what your needs are, what you're feeling. Allow your guides and ancestors to come in. Welcome them. Call them. Say, please help me with this. They want to be asked because they don't interfere. You have to invite them, and they're there for you.
Yeah.
So, yep.
Well, and I'm getting that it's easier for them to talk to you when you're in a meditative, peaceful, resting
True.
state.
Yep. Yep.
And that's why meditation, peace, rest came out in the sequence that it did.
Yep. Yep. Absolutely. All right. Good. All right. So we're going to move along because we're getting up to an hour here, and I still got a few more people to answer. So Christina is starting a new job. Will I be successful? What do you see for me? All right. I'm going to pull some different oracle cards. Starting a new job.
Yeah, you know what? I just got the tap to pull something else out, and I'm going to grab this.
Different deck.
The Unfolding Path Tarot.
Oh, yeah. There you go.
I did fling a bunch of decks for some reason. Those dragons just had their claws in.
Absolutely. All right. So what I have is from the Golden Insights Oracle, which I get on Etsy, and the first one I get is scales. So there's some weighing that needs to be done. You have a desire to balance yourself, and so perhaps this job will help you in doing that. You need to feel stability. We all do, but it's an important thing to have. But it looks like that you are going to have success because, boy, the crown, you couldn't get any better than that. Success and victory, power and authority. I think you're going to like the job. I hope you will. And you've got a change around the corner, the egg, which is fertility or new beginnings emerging. So I think that Christina, you're gonna probably like what you're doing, or you like the type of work that you're doing. And yeah, I see success here in these cards. I don't see anything here that tells me anything less. Yep. Good for you.
Yeah, my cards kind of echo that.
Same thing? Okay.
4 of Wands, which is about celebration. Celebrate.
There you go. Yeah.
Followed by the High Priestess. Don't forget to ask those people who've been there for a while for their wisdom.
Right.
That is how you gain success.
That is.
Asking the people that have been there and successful what wisdom they have to share. Right.
Right.
Being a first job, right? A new job. What do we get? Ace of Pentacles.
Wow.
Right.
Wow. Okay.
And then bottom of the deck. I always look at the bottom of the deck. It's just something I do.
Yep.
Shadow card. Happiness, right? The 9 of Cups.
Oh, look at that. That's awesome,
So
Christine.
I think that you will be having an amazing job.
I think so.
You just got to remember, find those people that have been there for a while and make sure to
And she says it's a new field. Yeah, it's a new field that she's going into, and she's getting chills. But
Ace of Pentacles right there.
Yeah, there you go. Wow, good for you. Yeah, get all the knowledge you can. That's what I teach at the college, and I get a lot of international students, and they're doing what they call the Great American Brain Drain. They go into the colleges, they learn everything that they can from everybody here, and then they go back to their country and implement it. And things are changing in other countries. Yeah. Good for you. Good luck with it. Enjoy it, Christina.
Yeah, definitely.
Absolutely. All right, here's our friendly.
That's for entertainment purposes only.
So, Lisa, do you see any like-minded people or relationships coming in? So, Lisa, I know you live in Kentucky, and I know you live in a big city, so that's helpful. But it's not one of the most, my husband's from there. It's not one of the most open-minded places, but there are people of like mind everywhere. So I think it's possible. But let me pull my cards out. Ooh, okay. So the first one I got is apple. It's the apple. Take a big bite out of it. It's a quest for knowledge. It's a quest for what you want in your community. And so I think that's a beautiful card. The second one is a B. You will be rewarded for your efforts. And if you have focus and dedication to finding the right community, you will find that. You'll be a busy bee with those folks. The thing that really struck me, though, was that I'm wondering if you go anywhere to work out, maybe you'd meet somebody at a health club. I don't know. Or walking or something like that. I know that I've met folks in bookstores because I'm a bookstore junkie. And just go where like-minded people go. So I would say if there's a metaphysical store, and if there isn't, then maybe you could go to, I don't know, a group of Qigong or Tai Chi or something like that. And that would be helpful. You'll meet some folks that you wouldn't necessarily meet otherwise.
Find a meditation class.
There you go. Yeah.
Oh, she says she walks with a walking group. That's good.
Oh, good for you.
So I got the Six of Cups, which is all about nostalgia. So
Oh,
I get so caught up missing the things that you left behind that you're not engaging what's happening in front of you, which kind of leads to that Two of Swords energy here, where you're kind of torn between those two, like the new and the old. We need to make a choice, right? Are you going to go back to what you had, or are you going to try and build something new? Right? And then I got the Page of Cups for the third card, which is reminding you, listen to your intuition. Your intuition will never steer you wrong. Right? So what is your intuition telling you about this new place? Because I feel like you're very torn between the two. Yeah.
Okay. And we do get that way sometimes. And we've all been stuck at home. So just getting together with people is hard. It, has been hard. Yeah.
That's hard. Yeah, being social after 2 years and not being able to be social is awkward.
It's really weird, isn't it? I went to a wedding and I just felt really weird. I did. It was like, yeah.
I went to a birthday party and I mean, we were talking, and it was still like a fun time, but there was still this like that weird heaviness hanging over everything.
Yep. Understood. Oh, Craig said try a dancing class. There you go.
Yes.
Viv,
no one left my back, she says. Okay. I can see why. I know why she left. She left because of heartbreak.
Oh. Okay.
Oh. But it's time to create your new reality with the magician here.
Why don't you start a group? You could do one of those meetup groups, Lisa, and people come, start a book group or start a, and then you can work from there, or start a group where, I don't know, whatever. My daughter did that and she's loving it. So, Susan, yes, look for a Unity Church or Science Mind. Yep. They have a lot of stuff there that just, you can meet all kinds of wonderful people. So, yep. So Viv, we aren't taking any more questions, but I guess we did have, I think you're not alone by the idea that the unveiling of people's true values, we got smacked in the face by it, actually. And again, we go back to those ethics and values, and we find that the people we thought were like us and had the same values and ethics as we did aren't the same as we are. And we get smacked in the face by it. So I think you can find your community. Take some of the suggestions that we gave to Lisa. Start your own. That's another reason why a lot of us started our own YouTubes. We did. We just decided this was going to be. Doesn't mean you have to do that, but you could start something. But some people have. Yeah. And a lot of people feel very much part of this community as well on the chats and stuff. So, yeah. So anyway, good luck, dear. Sorry, we're just already at almost the end of this, and I didn't want you to think I was ignoring you. We got two more. So Marlene wonders what her purpose is. Marlene, you weren't here when someone else asked that question, but I have to tell you, my girlfriend's grandson that I've been staying here with for the last month, he's 7. And he came up to me last night and he said, what the meaning of life is? He says, I just don't know. He says, it seems like all we do is eat and sleep and take a shower and do the same old thing every day. I tell you, out of the mouths of babes, it's one of those things. What is the purpose? What is our purpose? And it's the same thing with the meaning of life. And I've always thought that it's to love and be loved, and everything else is just fluff and wonder. Yeah, it's just extra icing. Yeah. So I'm going to pull a couple cards for you, and Jonathan will too.
Yeah. I still keep pulling this unfolding.
Yeah. Bye, Sherry. Take care. Yeah, Wiki, the rest is just learning lessons. Yep.
Oh.
All right. Okay. Okay, here we go for you, Marlene. First thing I get is movement, direction, achieving goals. It's the arrow. So it's finding your direction and from the trajectory of the arrow and going after what it is that brings you the most joy and passion. I have here that there is something with 3 people. I don't know what 3 people. There's a third party. There's some kind of an external factor that might be able to help you with your particular purpose. But I'm also getting the Buddha. And the Buddha fulfills destiny and reflects and, offers positive thinking, and certainly brings us more to our interior world where we can access what we need to know. Because according to many wise people, we do know the answers to everything. It's all inside us. We just have to find it. So
that kind of goes with what I got.
Oh, wow.
Emperor.
Uh-huh.
Right? Kind of goes with that.
Yeah.
Key, right?
Yep.
It's all about structuring your life to be the best it can be. Right?
Yep.
Next card is Judgment.
Ooh.
Right?
Okay.
So it's all about every day is a new beginning.
Every day is a winding road.
Right? Every morning is the start of the start of the rest of your life. Right?
Uh-huh.
So on our third card, we got the 5 of Swords. Don't be so set on winning that you don't enjoy life. Right? What's the winning? What are you winning? Well, I mean, what's the prize if you win?
Right.
Really?
Yep. Yep. I get it.
And to go with that sword thing, look, bottom of the deck, Page of Swords. Right? It's all about learning new. That's what life purpose is. That's what we were talking about. This is the underlying thing.
Underlying issue for all of us, really.
All of us is learning new things.
Correct.
That's what we're here for. We are perpetual students, always learning, always growing. And if you're not, then you're decaying.
True. Yep. You stop living, really. You just exist. Yeah.
You just kind of go from battle to battle. So.
Yeah, that's very true. Hello, Deb H. Yeah. She's great. She's great. Everybody's been great here tonight. Thank you so much. We have one more from Susan. We'll see what we can do to address this. But in the meantime, I do want to thank my moderators very much for all the things that you've done and putting Jonathan's information up for everybody as well. I encourage people to go over and sign up for his channel and keep a lookout for him. And
this last Tuesday I haven't done before on my channel, and
I
enjoyed it. I did a guided meditation.
Excellent. Okay.
Find your inner dragon.
I'll have to check that one out. Okay.
I mean, I talk about dragons and my history with dragons for a while before I get into that. Probably
Yeah. Wow. Okay.
The 30-minute mark, I think, is when I start
Start doing the meditation. Okay. I love it. That's awesome. Something different. And we all do have inner dragons, I'm sure. So, Susan, your daughter is seemingly rewriting her history. Should I believe what she's telling me or trust my own memories? You don't say how old she is.
Rewriting history.
Is she a teenager? Is she like in her 20s or 30s?
Why would you not trust your own memory?
Right. Well, because I don't know. I'll give you an example. And I laugh about it, but I remember my son went on vacation with us, and he was bored to tears. He was probably 12 or 13 at the time, and he just hated it. He said, "Oh, this is the worst vacation I've ever had," and it was really awful. And about 5 years later, he said, "Remember the time we went on that vacation? That was so much fun." And I know that's probably really nothing like what your daughter is doing, but it reminds me of how perceptions change, perspectives change, and I'm wondering if she has had some kind of trauma that has made her think that this is something different. So I do want to say, yeah, we need a frame. Oh, she's in her 40s. Okay. Did she have some kind of therapy, that maybe brought out some of the shadow stuff? That's another thing I wonder about. So let's see what we can find out here for you. I definitely would trust my own memories. However, everybody's entitled to what they remember, I guess is the best word.
Yeah, I wonder about that therapist idea. The first card I drew was the Pentacles.
Looks like Sigmund Freud on the couch.
Right? Like right when you said this, when I pulled it too, so I was like, huh.
Oh my.
Maybe she had some kind of therapy that, the
brought out something.
next one is Ace of Cups, right?
Mm-hmm.
So learning how to feel again.
Oh.
Or the start of the new emotions, like new depth. Funny enough, this came out again. 5 of Swords.
Oh, okay. Wow.
So is it that she's rewriting her history so that she can rewrite herself as a winner when she doesn't feel like one? Is that what's happening? That's kind of what I'm feeling here. And then the underlying energy that's underneath it all is the 8 of Pentacles. This is a dancer, right? Someone has to practice and practice and practice. So by rewriting her history over and over and over again, maybe she's trying to
reconcile,
make it so that she feels like she has a better life. Right?
Okay.
That's what I'm seeing here, is that she's so desperate to be happy that she's willing to change her past if it means that her future is
okay. Okay. The thing that's hard is that we remember, but then at the same time we don't remember all things. Okay, she's making accusations about her dad. Okay, telling you were never there. Okay. She needs somebody to blame. She needs somebody to blame. Yeah. Okay. There's the man. Yeah.
There's the man. There's the dove, and then there's the wounded woman.
Wow. Okay. Okay.
Tell me you were never there.
And she said she was, and he wasn't. Okay. So I pulled up isolation. That's my first card that I got, isolation. It's almost as though these memories may have come back in isolation. that maybe she was harboring whatever. And I'm not saying that he abused her. All I'm saying is that this is how she feels about it, or
Right.
you know, she feels that that's a big success, that she's able to bring up that idea and bring it out, and that she can hurt you back by saying you were never there, because she needs to hurt somebody because she feels wounded. And again, this is for entertainment purposes only. I'm not a therapist, okay?
Right.
But look, there's third party interference coming in here. Somebody else is involved in this. Somebody maybe that was there. That is there a sibling? Is there somebody else that was around? Then that person may be interfering with her memories, or maybe she was, this is when she was this age, and this is when she's now this age, and so with the two different ages, that's a like a two parties there. Okay, but I say take a deep breath. You remember what you remember. You know, as long as you have searched out anything that she might have said, to say I'm sorry that, you know, that you feel that happened to you and that I wasn't there. Clearly we just simply saw things differently, or, you know, you didn't understand, or something. But I'm sorry that you're going through this. This is not an easy thing to do, especially with an older child, even though she's not a child. There are a lot of people that remember things. And right now we're in that Mercury retrograde, and everything's coming back, whether it's true or not.
Right.
So,
and just because the dragons were yelling at me, I picked a card for this.
okay, good.
Patience. Right. Be patient with her.
Yeah.
Listen to her.
Yes.
Right. Don't
reject it out of hand. Be willing to listen.
Right. Don't reject her conviction.
Yeah. 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 And
oh, that's interesting. False teeth, Real Tarot says, or remembering a past life, filling in the blank.
That's very possible as well. There might have been a past life relationship with her and her father that she's remembering. But yeah, Melinda knows. Melinda has been through her own life challenges, and she says, love her where she is. She's going through a lot of pain. And, you know, when you're in your 40s, you're going through that midlife thing too. Right. And I think you kind of mentioned
47, so I get it.
Okay. You're just a baby. That's awesome. My daughter will be 45 in December, so you know, I understand. Wow. Well, thank you everybody for your questions. Thank you so much, Jonathan. I really enjoyed this a great deal, and I love your dragon cards. They're awesome.
Thank you. Yeah, I love them too. I'm so glad I bought myself a birthday present.
I agree that we always know exactly what we want, don't we? That's great. Right. Thank you so much again.
Thank you. Definitely.
And thank you, everybody. Have a great evening. Thank you. Bye, everybody.
Right now.
Bye now.
Bye. Aloha.